Don't follow personalities, but rather follow realities. The reality is based upon what you know, because there's always more to know. And the more you learn, the more you know there is to learn. The more you discover, the more you know that you have yet to discover. And it definitely reveals how much you didn't know. You hear a new idea, you hear a new concept, you didn't know that before. That's just a moment. You know enough to know that you know something, and there's a lot more to know. So you keep growing, you keep seeking, you keep learning. But don't limit yourself to personalities, people's charm, people's charisma, or people's style. You like the way I talk, you don't like the way I talk. You like the way Guy talks, you don't like the way Guy talks. You like the way this person does it? No, no. Follow the facts, follow the information, the revelations, not necessarily the expectations. What is what is truth. So that way, you're not terribly disappointed and you don't become a zombie or a cultist. I like to point people to God, not point them to me. God is the source of all information, all revelation, all truth. I may know something that you don't know, but there's a lot more I don't know, and some of it you may know. And we all are constantly, or should be constantly, seeking so that we don't become stuck in a box. God's in no box. The problem is, every time we learn something, we build a wall around it. We construct an institution around it. And we then decide at that moment that all the world revolves around that moment. The problem is, it's a moment, and that moment is fleeting. It may not last very long, or it'll last as long as it lasts until you discover that what you have held on to is now obsolete. There are things that are not obsolete. Sure. Things that are written in stone of law, of nature, biology, theology, ecology, cosmology. It's already set. I don't think anyone's learned anything new really about the principal basic law of gravity. It's the same that it's always been. Throw something up, it'll fall down. The law of earthly terrestrial gravity beneath the upper troposphere, where you will lose weight as you get on the circumference of the earth and become under a different law. The law of 2,000 feet underneath the ocean is a little different than the law of 2,000 feet up a mountain. In principle, understanding the difference of pressure, oxygen, carbon distribution, the principles are locked in. But we aren't locked in to our understanding because there's more for us to understand. It's easy to get caught up with the person that got caught up with Moses. Moses got caught up with the stick. So sometimes we forget it's God. And we look at the person that God is using. Or the person that God is using is looking at the stick that God gave him to use. And what everybody is doing is not looking at God. So the instruments that God gives us to use are the people that come into our life that you may use. We take our eyes off of God and look at instead what God is using or whom God is using. But everything is an instrument, a tool by which God may use to communicate his word and his will to us. So we don't have to worship the object, should not, nor worship the person, even if we admire them. Love God, love His Word. Don't become a cultist. Don't become an idolater. You don't need a statue. You don't need beads. You don't need a charm. We are growing, each of us. And hopefully as we grow, we share what we know. We share what we have. We share the extra food we have. We may share the extra assets and resources that we have. And it's accordingly. Some of us share more because some of us have more to share. Money, food, time, knowledge. But these all, in one sense or another, are a type of commodity. And we do that to enrich each other, hopefully. Not to dominate each other, but to work with each other, help each other. True knowledge is endless and limitless. And it should cause us to be humble, because then we realize every time we discover something, wow, and I thought I knew something, and then I found out something else. Knowledge is growing, it's revealing, it's unfolding. So you live according to the knowledge you have at the moment, yes. And you'll make decisions based on the set of information and knowledge and facts you have at that moment, yes. Until some new information, new knowledge, new revelation is revealed that shows you a better way, or it may not be better. New knowledge can always confirm old knowledge as well. It'll confirm something that maybe you dismissed 10 years ago, and you discover something new that verifies because you had doubt about what you thought was right, and then discover, oh wow, so I was right. Because new knowledge can reveal something. It can reveal a truth that 10 years ago that wasn't true, or a lie 10 years ago that was true. But that's growth as we grow. So don't worry about what you don't know, because you wouldn't know what to worry about. Know what you know until you learn and know what you don't. Live according to the information, revelation, and understanding you have at the moment. But don't become arrogant in it, because you may discover tomorrow that what you knew the day before has changed, possibly. Grow, know, share, care, and be humble.